I was enraged that my husband is currently infertile. He's been chasing that body for 15 years. When we met, I was 21, he was 27, and he already had the kind of physique guys at the gym stared at. I asked him straight up if he was natural, because my male friends kept asking me like I'd know. He said yes, every time. Years passed. The story slowly changed too. I used to take testosterone, but not anymore. I told him flat out, if he ever touched it again, and it messed with us having a baby, I'd never forgive him. He said he understood, said he'd never go back. Last December, I was cleaning out our closet and found a vial in his gym bag. He's a hoarder, so I figured it might just be old, shoved in a box years ago. I put it in my sock drawer to ask him about it later without starting a fight. Within 2 days, he noticed it missing and lost it on me. Screamed that I had no right going through his stuff. That told me everything. He wasn't upset because it was old. He was upset because he needed it. I gave him an ultimatum right there in our kitchen. Him or the testosterone. We had a wedding booked for July, deposits paid, my dress already altered. He begged, said he'd stop, said it was stupid, said he just wanted to look good in the photos. He called my parents and promised them too, sitting at their table with his hands folded like he was in church. My mom cried. I believed him because I wanted to. We got married in July, small ceremony, 60 guests. His best man gave a speech about how he'd never seen him this committed to anything. We started trying for a baby almost right away. He was more excited than me, talking about coaching Little League someday, sending me onesie links at 11 at night. 8 months went by, nothing happened. My OB suggested we both get tested before we spiraled over nothing. We went in on a Tuesday morning. I remember because I'd taken the day off and the waiting room smelled like burnt coffee. My results came back fine. Then the doctor pulled up his chart and got quiet for a second before she said it. 0 sperm count. Not low. 0. She asked him directly if he used testosterone. He said yes, but not for about 12 months. She explained that testosterone shuts down natural sperm production, and recovery usually takes 3 to 4 months after stopping. Since it had supposedly been a year, she wanted more tests, because by her math, he should have already recovered. I grabbed his hand under the table because I thought he was about to fall apart. He didn't. His shoulders actually relaxed. He asked a few calm questions, thanked her, and we left. In the elevator, I kept replaying his face in that room. He hadn't looked devastated hearing 0. He'd looked worried, then relieved once she said 12 months would explain it. I asked him in the parking lot, straight up, before we even got in the car. Was 12 months really the last time? He looked at the pavement and said maybe more like recently. I told him to just say the actual truth. He rubbed the back of his neck and said 2 weeks. 2 weeks before our appointment, he still had testosterone in his system, and he let the doctor build a whole timeline off a lie. I didn't yell in the parking lot. I drove us home in silence, hands shaking on the wheel. Once we were inside, I asked him how long he'd actually been back on it, not just the last dose. He admitted it was almost the whole time since the wedding. 13 months of lying while we tried for a baby, while I tracked my ovulation and cried every month it didn't happen, while he watched and said nothing. He got defensive fast, said I was being dramatic, that I already knew his history when I married him, so this shouldn't be some huge shock, said I should be focused on fixing the problem instead of interrogating him, told me my reaction was unsupportive, that a real partner would be comforting him instead of grilling him. I walked into our bedroom and opened his nightstand, the one drawer he always told me not to touch because it was just supplements. Under a stack of protein bar wrappers was a padded envelope with a shipping label dated 11 days earlier, same supplier name I'd found on his phone back in December. He hadn't stopped once. He'd been reordering it like groceries the entire time, while promising my parents at their own table that he was done for good. I carried the envelope out to the living room and set it on the coffee table in front of him. He stared at it and didn't say a word. I told him to pack a bag and go stay at his brother's for a while. He said we could talk about it. I told him there was nothing left to talk about that he hadn't already lied about twice. He picked up the envelope, looked at it like it belonged to someone else, and walked upstairs to pack.